40 years ago, over 40 tornadoes left a path of destruction across Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and Ontario.
The strongest of those impacted the Mahoning and Shenango valleys, beginning its path of destruction in western Trumbull County.
Andrew DiPaolo continues our anniversary coverage from Newton Falls. Good evening, Andrew.
Over the last 40 years, countless damage photos have been shared and stories told from those that survived that historic day. I traveled to Newton Falls to bring you the story of a then high schooler who was able to see the damage the tornado left behind to her hometown firsthand, and at the same time witness her community rallying behind tragedy. May 31st, 1985 started out like any other day.
That day was a beautiful day, much like today is.
Tessa Wujcik-Spletzer was a junior at Newton Falls High School in 1985. One of the final days of her junior year. It started like any other, but it would prove to end anything but.
During the day, there was absolutely no sign whatsoever that everyone's lives were going to suddenly change later that afternoon.
For many, there was no sign of what was actually happening. Many heard sirens or saw dark clouds from the nearby storm, but in 1985, there was no cell phones or social media to link the community directly to what was happening.
We knew that there was a bad storm. You could tell the skies were dark and it got windy and everything, but I wasn't, close enough to where all of this was happening to realize that it was that astronomical.
Just after 6:30 in the evening on May 31st, the tornado would enter Trumbull County. Its path of destruction would begin in Newton Falls. And while it's estimated that over 400 homes and businesses in Newton Falls were damaged or destroyed, there were no fatalities, something that's linked to the quick action of Clayton Reeks, a volunteer storm spotter at the time who rushed to the top of the then Newton Falls Municipal Building to sound the tornado sirens.
Down there, it took out several houses, cut across this way, right across the street. It wiped out the post office.
In the days to come, Tessa would have a front row seat to her town's cleanup efforts. A member of Newton Falls High School's AV club at the time, she reported on the town's damage and cleanup.
It was shock and awe, disbelief. It's amazing how well we rebounded.
Those were Tessa's reactions after watching her report. Now 40 years later, video of damaged homes on Charleston Road, businesses in the center of town completely destroyed, and even chairs assembled for the upcoming high school graduation were eerily untouched just a week later. Did you realize the magnitude of what you were reporting on when you did it as a junior in high school?
Absolutely not. I did not realize that until my daughter came home from elementary school one day and said, "Mommy, I saw you on TV today." And I said, "Really?" She said, "Yes, you were talking about a tornado."
Tessa will never forget that day, and in her words 40 years ago,
a typical day became a most unforgettable one.
With more local news, I'm Andrew DiPaolo.